Welcome to Property Banter. My name's Michael Ležaja, and in this episode, we are talking to Vicky Jones. She is a property investor that's purchased 2 properties with us, and she's made $867,000 in the last 5 years. Now, this goes to show you don't need to buy 10 properties or 20 properties. You can make just 2 good, sound decisions with a good buyer's agent, of course, and you can achieve great success. I hope you enjoy this episode. Vicky, welcome.
So good to be here, Michael. Having landed this morning and
in the rain.
In the rain, yeah, it's good to be here.
The Queensland weather has put it on for you.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be relaxing in the sunshine, but it's good to be
We've
here.
sold that dream, but it's not the case all the time, and that's proven it today. But before we get into your journey, your property journey, tell us a little bit about yourself, and even if you want to touch on how we met and we started working, because you, I think, were my first or second client here at Pinnacle back when this was barely set up. We didn't have one review.
It's crazy actually to think back, because I remember I was turning 40. I'm 48 now, FYI, and I was thinking, gosh, I don't have any assets behind me. And I was starting to feel a little bit vulnerable about it. And I thought, I really need to think about, how I'm going to get something behind me. And I remember I was thinking about, I should speak to a mortgage broker. And my fabulous accountant, actually, I don't know if I can do a shout out for her.
Do a shout out, of course.
But Lucy from Elite Finance, she said, do you want to talk to my mortgage broker, Sama? And he's been phenomenal as well.
He's a good guy.
And so he had a chat with me, and I'd been dealing with someone else for years, waiting to get my citizenship so that I could get the first home buy. And it was just dragging on and on. I had one chat with Sama, and he said, are you interested in talking to my mate, Michael? He's a buyer's agent. I was like, sure. And so he put me in touch with you. And I still remember that phone call, actually, because you called me back for a start when you said you would, which I thought, tick, this guy's doing what he said he's going to do. I remember I was walking along the road, and we just had a really good chat. Yeah. You're asking me so many questions, not just about, my aspirations. It was really like, who am I? You seemed genuinely interested. Yeah. So I was talking to you, and I was also talking to a buyer's agent at the time, because I knew I could get property. And I thought, I'm not interested in property. I know it's something I need to do, but I'm not interested. And so I had this one, very professional, shiny slide deck kind of buyer's agent over here. And I had you, who was so real, such a good listener, and you were telling me your story, and I thought, I like this guy. And I remember just saying, gosh, you seem like someone that's, you're a bit of a hustler, but you're really kind. And I just played these qualities back to you. Little did you know that I was a human behavioural specialist and coach at the time. Do you remember that?
I did, but I didn't know at the time.
No, you didn't know that at the time. And I reflected back a few of your qualities, and you said, I like you, I like your style. And I said, I like you, I like your style. And we actually came up with this idea that actually I was going to help you get your business off the ground. Yep. And in return, you were going to help me get my wealth investment property portfolio off the ground. So we had this deep trust, having not met, and there we begin. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many other details, but I just said, I give you full faith. Yeah. I've got this amount of money. If you think it's a good deal, you go for it. And at the same time, I was helping you with your business, all the stuff that I was good at, the coaching. So we had this fabulous little contra deal going, and I just left it to you. Yeah. And that's what I did. I'd do it again, and I will do it again. Yeah. Based off, how well these 2 properties have done. So that's the story, really.
That's our background.
And that's about 5 years ago.
That's 5 years ago.
Yeah, crazy.
Pinnacle's in its 5th or 6th year now. Yeah. So that was just getting started, and I hadn't set up my LinkedIn. By the way, that got hacked and wiped, and I've had to get it back up again. But you were helping me set up everything and all. Yeah, I remember it, and we just hit it off, and eventually bought an amazing deal for you. Yeah. And we're going to run through those numbers. And this episode, I really want to I've been dying to catch up with you
Yes.
and have you in the studio and
Thank
to
you.
tell your journey and to catch up. But also I want this to be for anyone at home
Yeah.
that thinks that all us property investors have 20 properties and whatever. You don't need that
No.
to make a significant difference in your life financially, right? Just a couple of good moves
Yes.
can really set you up, you know?
I wholeheartedly believe that because before I've met my beautiful husband now, but I was single for over 10 years and, you know, single mum, trying to make ends meet, didn't really have a lot behind me. And so with one smart move, it has given me this equity, which is just outstanding. So I agree. You don't have to have too much to get started, but to have the right person on your side. I couldn't have imagined that you'd be able to help me like this. So it's been brilliant.
It's good. It's good. So let's get into it. So first property that we bought, and this is back in 2021. I'll tell you what's funny. Both of these properties were both purchased on the 17th of August.
Oh, really?
Both magically aligned
Wow.
2 years apart on the same date. Don't ask me how. But the first one was this one in Morayfield, and we picked this up in 2021 for $575,000. It is what's known as a dual key, and that means you've got two tenants in there,
Yeah.
one title, and the yield was very, very good at the time. I don't have the notes in front of me of what the yield was, but it was very close to positive cash flow at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you said to me, you don't really want to be dipping into your pocket because you like going for coffee. You don't want to go and live somewhere cheap. You know, you want to enjoy your lifestyle. And I thought, I don't really want to change my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And actually, you said it might be nice to have a little bit coming in your pocket. And,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what it was. I had a little bit of positive cash flow coming in.
Positive cash flow. And this is great because this is, you've probably heard of the terminology rentvestor. You're a textbook rentvestor. You live in Manly. You had the lifestyle you want.
Yeah.
And you purchased a property that was positive cash flow. And this is not really available today for everyone at home because properties just aren't positive cash flow. It's not as easily found today. But we got this at this time, which was great for you. And over the course of that time, from August 2021 to right now at the time of filming, which is March 2026, that's now worth $1.1 million from 575.
Bonkers.
So I struggle to believe it when you look back. What's funny is now I can even see it going 1.1 to 1.4. So that's a great result. Profit $525,000. Total growth 91%.
Crazy.
Amazing. So annualized growth at 15.2% capital growth. Now, when you look at cash on cash return, that's what's even better because you've leveraged this at 5 times. Right? That's the power of property investment. This isn't, you didn't pay $575,000 cash and then got 15.2% return per annum. You only paid the 20% deposit.
Yeah.
And you got 15.2% per annum capital growth on the full amount because it was leveraged. So that's just it's a fantastic result.
It's outstanding.
It is. Now, to put this into perspective, this is roughly 2.5 times the Australian average growth.
Yeah.
So we outperformed 2.5 times. I've seen our results up to 4 times the Australian growth. So this is a fantastic result, and we're always beating the Australian average. And this is, I'm so happy.
I know. Well, I saw that one, and I didn't have to do anything. I just said, deal with it, Michael. And I remember you saying, I've got this place. I didn't even realise it was both. I thought it was just one. It was the dual key. I then realised, gosh, well, that was easy. So I remember I thought, let's do it again. And then I got on the phone to Sama, and he was like, leave it with me. And then was able to take the equity, didn't even have to do anything.
Yeah.
And then off you went, worked your magic again.
You are an interesting client. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you for a sec because there's a lot of clients that worry about every step of the way. Oh, my God, what is this? And they worry about things to the dollar, or they worry about this issue, or what's the potential for tenants, having an issue there, or they make up things in their head. A lot of people do. And then a lot of people are just naturally cautious. They worry about things. You, on the other hand, were just like, okay, I get the money. Well, just sort it out for me.
Yeah.
And you just absolutely have full faith in me. You don't even look twice.
I do.
And that's why it's a pleasure working with you.
I know most people aren't like that.
No.
I mean, I've never seen these properties.
Yeah.
I know they exist because a friend went and looked at one once.
Oh, yeah.
But I said, I don't want to get emotionally involved because I'm emotionally driven as a person.
Yeah.
But with property, not so.
Yeah.
Because it's about building wealth. So I just left it to you. And I do have full faith.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it can get me into trouble sometimes, but I think in this instance, it's
worked out.
It's worked. So yeah, great.
Thank you. I'm very, very happy. I'm happy to share this with everyone. And this next one is also really, really good. So then in 2023, I remember because I was going to Europe.
Yes.
I was going to Europe. Samuel was getting the finance organised, and I don't know if I bought it before or after we got back. Maybe after. It was just as we got back, I think. And I said, look, it's good, just buy it. And it was under market value. There was no three-bedders under $500,000. They didn't exist. And we found one for $487,500. We negotiated it right down. And I said, look, this is a deal. Buy it. Tenants are a little bit rough, but that's part of the trade-off for buying it cheaper than it's worth. And yeah, we got into that.
Well, the tenant's still there.
The same ones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So hopefully they're not watching this. We're not sharing the address. We'll cut the address out here. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's great. Great tenants. I'm very happy for you.
That's funny.
They're paying rent.
Well,
They're not, obviously.
yeah, exactly. They're not going to be watching this. Don't worry.
No, okay, cool. Okay, so that property's now gone up in value, $342,500, right? According to Price Finder, 70% growth over the last 2 years. What is that? 2.5 years. So it's grown 3 times the Australian average in 2.5 years, which is amazing, right?
Amazing.
Amazing. And that's what all comes from that one,
I know.
extracting the equity 2 years later
Yeah.
to just go to the next one.
I know. And you start thinking, well, I could just not work and I could keep doing it and doing it and doing it.
We all think this, Vicky.
Yeah, and there is an element, but there's also when it comes to tax return time, there's a little bit of admin involved, and I'm not a greedy person, so I will do one or two more, but I want to get my daughter involved now.
Definitely.
But no, I'm thrilled.
Yeah. But this is why a lot of my clients do things. This is why we do things, so you can pass it on. And I've got many clients that call me up and go, I want to buy a property for my kid, or one each for the kids, and just so that they have something, because everyone sees what is happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy how much property is going up. And the sooner your kids can get a leg up in the property space, the better, right? So combining the two, total purchase price for both of them was $1,062,500. It's currently worth just under $2 million, so 1.930. Total equity gained $867,500. Overall growth 81.7% growth, and it clearly shows strategic buying, right? Just 2 properties, and they will be, with the capital growth that I foresee this year, and they will produce it. We should see a cool, rounded off $1 million in equity for you by the end of this year.
It's crazy.
Which is super cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Or from doing nothing apart from that chance.
No. You hired me. Let's not.
From doing nothing apart from having faith.
Having faith.
And trust. And I think that's the key thing, is if you just have faith in someone, I always think you're the expert. If you've got a toothache, you go to a dentist. You're not going to try and figure out your own tooth yourself. Yeah. So I think with anything like that, I'm a believer, pay for good service, pay for someone who's the expert. All the, 30 years of experience you've got in this field, why would I try and trawl through websites, go and look at viewings, try and negotiate? It's not my area of expertise. Outsource, get on with what you really want to do. And I'm thrilled.
100%. And you know what's funny? I don't know how to word this, but you've actually done like some psychological exercises with me, and we did a disc profile.
Yes.
Which really uncovers how I think and what I'm like personality-wise. And you did all of this and you still worked with me. So I check out, everyone. I check out.
Well, the thing is, I knew your values, and actually your values of loyalty. If you trust someone, you'll, take a bullet for them. Yeah. And I just thought, I trust this guy. You tell me stuff that you probably shouldn't tell me, but I just think, trust is the foundation to any sort of relationship. And you'd call me at 9 o'clock at night, I just need that paper from you. And it's like, you just genuinely care. Yeah. And I've taught a little bit of sales along the way. And I'm like, if people could be more like you, they'd make, so much more in sales. But lots of people don't have that care factor. So, I think you haven't asked me to, but I think if anyone's smart, they'll invest in you and let you do your work. And like me, they can sit back and come on here in 5 years' time and go,
because this is the first time you've seen this.
Well, I have had a little peek, actually. A little peek, because when I said to my daughter, like, do what you love for work. Don't worry about, going to uni if you don't want to go. get into investment buying through Michael, and you're 18. So by the time you're 40, you're going to be sweet.
She'll be set.
Yeah.
She'll be set. Don't worry, we're going to look after her.
Yeah.
She's going to be. Yeah.
Adia?
Shout out to her. She's probably going to. She's going to be
Adia's
watching.
like going, ooh, yeah.
money, money, money.
Yeah.
But no, she's done well, especially saving that bit of money now for a trip and everything. So
I know she's done well.
No, fantastic. So with regards to our process, we obviously introduced you to a solicitor, pest and building team. We reviewed the report. We also introduced you to your property manager and all that. How's that gone so far?
Well, that was excellent because the property managers have been amazing, and they will just shoot me an email and say, oh, you're happy to proceed, we need to fix this or paint this. And then every now and again, I get a message saying, oh, we're going to increase the rent. Are you happy to sign off on it? So I feel like I am seeing that increase in rent without me having to think. And they're just, I want them to be fair with the tenants as well, because I think it's all about karma. So I don't want them to, ever put the tenants under pressure, but I feel like it feels very fair, and they're just making it effortless for me. So I'm busy. I just want to say approved on an email, and I also have trust in them. So I think, that recommendation as well, I didn't have to go out hunting, and it's all been brilliant, actually.
That's fantastic. It doesn't always go smoothly. Sometimes you encounter things happen and so on, but that's what we try to do. And I think the professionals around you are a reflection of you or us in this instance. So we try and make sure that's as smooth as possible. Tell me in regards to working with us, for anyone that's out there right now that's thinking, what, do I hire Michael's team or do I go with XYZ? What do you have to say to them?
I have actually recommended to all my friends, I said, why would you want to spend your weekends looking? And I think some people just have got a natural passion, I guess. So if you're interested, go for it. But to anyone that isn't as interested like myself, and actually what you're interested in is building wealth, I say just let go, chat to you. And the fact that you really listen and you make the process so effortless. I think it's such a small investment. I really do. Just go for it. So I say 100%. Get on the phone to Michael. He'll make you feel. Well, what I liked actually is that some other buyers agents, if you're buying something that's worth less than $1 million, you feel like you're this sort of lowly, not going to make them much money if they're taking a cut of your. But with you, it was like if you're buying a $3 million place, something under $1 million, you treat everyone as though they're super, super important, and that's good because you feel special. So I think if they want that sort of gold star treatment for a very minimal fee, and know that you're going to be looked after, informed every step of the way, then. Obviously we've got a good click, but I think if anyone has got a little bit of faith, let go, and then in 3 years, hopefully, I don't know if anything will do quite that well, but, I think just let go is my advice.
Because you're not very focused on the property itself. You're more so, you're actually here for this outcome that we discussed today.
Well, exactly.
That's why you're investing, right? So you like the idea of someone just taking care of it, sorting it all out, and they've got your back. And I think that's what we do. And it doesn't matter if you're buying a $500,000 property or whatever. And it's quite common that the majority of our clients are, between $500,000 and $700,000, purchase price, right?
Well, I remember when you said, actually, what do you want? Tell me about your dream for the future, which I thought was what I do actually in my job. I'm saying to everyone, what do you want for the future? But you asked me, and I said, well, I'm a single mum, so I want to maybe in 5 or 8 years when my daughter's finished school, so she's just finished school, she's 18, I'd like to be able to buy myself property. And at the moment, I just can't get on the ladder. And I remember you called me, maybe it was 6 months ago, and you said, oh, you remember that dream you said? Well, you're able to do it now. And it was like, oh, well, life circumstances have changed. I've moved in with my partner now. But the fact that you'd remembered that was the goal. And so I think, cool. You've got to have patience. That's cool. A 5-year journey. And, bless my beautiful husband, plans have changed. But the fact that I got that ability, and you remembered.
Yeah.
That was cool.
We still achieved it. I've made that phone call quite a few times,
Yeah.
and even to a Melbourne client recently, and she didn't have money for a Melbourne property many years ago, and then she bought a Brisbane property, made all this money, and then she's gone back to Melbourne to buy her house, and it's so cool when you get to give people that sort of news. So awesome. Vicky.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming up and
My pleasure.
And coming to the podcast and getting to see the office and the studio and everything.
It's been fun. It's been so fun.
Awesome. And we didn't really stuff up anything. I didn't stuff up the intro. I'm not going to
No.
stuff up the outro either.
No.
So I'll just do it now
Go.
and flow on. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. Please like, share, subscribe. You're the reason we do this content. And until next time, take care. See, I
Michael.
didn't. I got it.
Perfect.
That was amazing. All right, cool.
Yay.
Vicky, thank you.
That was fun.
How cool was that?
Well, I can't wait to
It just
see.
flowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's all true. So there's nothing to, if you're thinking, what do I need to say?
there's nothing
There's nothing that
just
you need to say.
tell it how it is.
It's just how it is.